In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this math problem. Right? It can be a little bit challenging because it involves a bit of trial and error. So let us start by reading the question. Shakti packed 356 cupcakes into large and small containers. Right? Each large container is filled with 25 cupcakes and each small container is filled with 14 cupcakes. Right? There was no leftover and the containers were all filled to the maximum. Right? And the question is, what was the least number of containers used by Shakti? Right, so the first thing that we need to do is to take 356 cupcakes and divide by 25 the large container. Right, we divide by 25 the large container because we are interested to find the least number of containers. Right, so we have to start with the bigger one first. Right, so let's take our calculator. Right, so 356 divided by 25. Right, so we're going to get 14.24, but we are interested in the remainders. Right, so what we need to do is minus 14. Right, we are left with the decimal and then multiply by 25. Right, so that gives us 6. That means we're going to get 14 remainder 6. Right, so what does this mean? This means that we're going to use 14 large containers, right? And then there will be a remainder of 6. Right, so this 6 will we're going to use the smaller containers, but smaller containers can take 14 cupcakes. Right, so it means that it will not be filled to the maximum. Right, so in other words, we can this will not fulfill this requirement in the question. Right, so what we need to do is to reduce the number of large containers that is being used. So instead of 14, let's use 13 instead. Right, so of course the remainder will be increased, right, because one large container can take 25. It means that the remainder will be equal to 6 plus 25 now. Right, so that will give us 31. Right, so 31, we're going to use the small containers now, divided by 14. Right, so if you were to press the calculator, you will know that this will not give you a whole number. It is not the whole number. Right, so let me just demonstrate that. 31 divided by 14. Right, you're going to get the very long decimal. It is not a whole number, so that means this cannot be the answer. Right, so we need to reduce the number of large containers used again. So instead of 13, now let's try 12 large containers. Right, what does that mean? That means the remainder will be increased again. Right, from 31 you will have to add 25. Why 25? Why 25? Because 25 is the capacity of the large container. Right, so this will give us 56. Right, so now let's try to divide 56 by 14. Right, this time I think we are going to get a whole number 4. Right, so now we know that we're going to use 12 large containers and 4 small containers. Right, so that's the answer to our problem. Now that you have learned how to solve this problem, go to the link given below and you must test yourself. Right, so this is the problem that we have just solved. Click on the new problem button, you get a new set of numbers. Right, and you can check your answer. Right, do it a few times if you need to. Make sure that you are able to answer this question all by yourself. Okay, so have fun and thank you for listening.